This is the official intro of this video. We got Sean and I here together. We want to make this video for a while, but we're just going to go over all of our equipment because people in my corner that watch my videos are like, man, it's cool and all, but what is some of the shit that you guys use? And I don't know what that is. So for us, like, we're familiar and the paranormal community is familiar with a lot of this stuff.
We are nerds.
We're nerds about it. But I figure we should make a video to talk about our equipment, but also we're going to rank them. We're going to rank everything because we've used them for a long time and some of this stuff pisses us off for understandable reasons. That being said...
Also for the content and the views.
And for the views. We're going to talk about manufacturing. How is it made? Is it a piece of shit? Is it going to break? Is it 3D printed? Functionality. So how it works. Is it easy to understand? Is it pseudoscience that's absolutely fake and not based in reality whatsoever? Affordability. And then just generally if we like it or not.
Yeah.
Right. And then we'll give it a 1 out of 5 at the end. First item for the auction is this brand new. Sean literally, as we were setting up, got this in the mail. It has our logo on it, which I can see here. You know, Supernatural Security. Thanks, Megan. Shout out Megan for making that for us. Epic. We love this. This is a music box. It is a simple Amazon motion light, IR motion light, that is just connected to a bunch of stuff and circuitry and hot glue and what have you and a speaker. We typically, especially for bigger investigations, will just prop it open like this when we turn it on because it's much louder. Generally speaking, smaller stuff, we can just keep it closed for the most part. But the whole point is that this light will be on only when this sensor gets tripped. When this sensor gets tripped, it starts playing the music. And again, it's just an infrared light. For example, Sean custom made this one. So this is the song. This guy's a fucking menace. All of his music boxes are extra spooky, extra creepy on purpose.
I love horror.
And I mean, we have the option when you buy them to do that. Like, it's really cool. The guys that make this Vortex Ghost Gear, right? Mm-hmm. They're awesome.
I got to meet them.
Product.
Really nice people.
They make great products. This is really simple in design and functionality. Manufacturing wise, I mean, it's wood, which is super nice. I love that this is wood. 3, 2, 1. I give it a 5.
I did 4.
Manufacturing wise, it's made of wood. That's awesome. It's nice, solid, and sturdy. It's got easy to understand, like, and on the functionality side of it, it's extremely simple by design. Motion light, infrared light, that's it. Connected to a soundboard. That's all, right? And affordability wise, Sean, how much are these?
These are right around $105.
That's not bad. I mean, it's expensive for sure. You know, a lot.
But when we look at all this other equipment, that's actually pretty
it's
good.
On the cheaper
that's
end.
a good, yeah.
Which is, I mean, for what you get, we have how many of these now? 5?
5.
Yeah.
These are pretty, what is it, bang for your buck?
Absolutely bang for your buck. It's an easy 5. It covers a great zone. It's easy 5 for me. But Sean?
Okay, so I rated mine a 4. Again, I love the people who make this. Shout out Vortex, not sponsored, but
shout out.
Maybe. But I think, yeah, so design-wise, the wood and stuff, I think it's a great design and stuff. My only issue of why it's a 4 too, though, is because of, one, personal use of it. It doesn't go off too often, and
sure.
That's normally the ghost stuff anyways, so. But it's scarier than shit when it does go off, and that's how I want it, so that's a plus. But is the sensor of, like, towards the beginning of it, it has a wider spread to it. And, that to me kind of sucks because, like, sometimes when you walk by, I mean, we do good at least trying to debunk anything that we get, but it's like wider spread. So if you walk here, you'd think, oh, I shouldn't trip it off because the wire's here, but you kind of sometimes do. And the rest of it becomes a straight line.
Right.
That's my only
which is why
issue with it.
They're extremely useful in those tight hallways at, like, Indiana State. That's a perfect example of this. You put this in a wide room, you're kind of losing a lot of its functionality.
Yeah.
We go to investigations where we are booked for 12 hours. We're there for 12 hours. We film for about 8 to 10 hours almost straight. But when we're filming for that long and I make a video that's 30 minutes long, that's everything that I wanted to put into the video. There's plenty of stuff that I leave out that's just us riffing or doing bits or not getting anything. There's plenty of that. There's plenty of nothing. So when this does go off, like a lot of the equipment, it absolutely makes it in the video every time because it is an incredible piece to have go off. So I'm keeping mine at a 5, Sean.
I mean, it's hard because I don't like to give everything a highest rate.
Sure.
But it is on one of my favorite pieces of equipment, but I'll keep it at a 4.
We're agreeing it's one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is the Flux 2. Flux 2 works. This one actually has direct laser sensors, so it doesn't do the weird widespread thing. It can be set to different ranges, and that's what the color change is on here. This works good for either one. You could almost use like the music box of just putting in the hallway, and it could be a trip sensor. Or 2, one side is red and one side is green, so you could try to communicate with yes or no questions. I really like this. I've gotten some cool stuff with it. Like I went up to in Pennsylvania, Pennhurst, and I was communicating with someone who would only set off any device that could light up the color red, and they would only ever do red. And that I got some good stuff with that, and using another piece of equipment that we'll be looking at. I personally really like it.
3, 2, 1, threes.
3.
I'll really quickly explain. Like I said, Sean uses this way more than I do. I'm not super familiar with it, so I don't really have much to say about it entirely. I've been around when it's done yes or no stuff, so I'm not totally a stranger to it, but it's definitely more of a Sean piece of equipment.
I don't really like rechargeable things. This is a rechargeable,
What does it take?
but I will say it's a type C.
USB-C, yeah.
I will say that the battery does last quite long, so that's a plus. I think it would last a whole 12-hour investigation if it was on. And then my biggest issue with it is the price. This thing is pretty expensive for what it is. I'm like, I don't think it needs to be as expensive as
Do you remember how much it is?
Not at all, exactly.
Is
it's a Flux 2 and
less or more than $200?
I think it might be right around the 200.
Okay, so ballparking around $200
Ballpark
for
around
this
200,
device right
maybe
here.
a little less.
Mel meter.
I'm writing mine right down.
Dude,
now.
Mel meter. Look at this beauty. 3, 2, 1, reveal that. John, I gave it a 4. Sean gave it a
5.
There you go. I'll talk about it. It's kind of your one-stop shop for everything, every device. You compare this like a K2. K2 ain't shit compared to a Mel meter. It does a lot. It's a workhorse of a lot of our equipment that we have.
And this one's mine, right?
Yeah.
So this one's the real workhorse.
So,
mine too.
you know, it does EMF.
Mhm.
What else is it? Does REM?
EMF,
Does it do REM?
temperature. This one is also a REM pod.
Nice.
So it's a three device in one.
It does quite a bit of work.
And I love it.
Yeah. Mel meter's great. I have nothing against it. I only gave it a 4 because I guess how much do these run? Are they like $90?
This one, I think, because it has the REM features, 200.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
All right, about 200. Mine was 90.
Yes, but it's $90 if you want the basics. And honestly, I'd recommend skipping a K2 and get a basic, the $90 one. I love it. It gives you exact EMF readings. You don't have to worry about little color dots and stuff.
Right.
I hardly use the REM feature on it though, so I wouldn't say that you'd have to get the one with the REM. I would recommend maybe the 99. I like having the option of the REM feature, but a lot of times I think I kind of forget that it's got the REM feature.
Yeah, that's a good
so
point.
like I've just started to really use it a lot more. Before I hated K2 so much I like stopped doing EMF reading stuff.
Yeah.
And I've just started to go back into it, and I've gotten some really high spikes and stuff. So I've started to really like this piece of equipment, and that's why I gave it the 5.
It's a great piece of equipment. I have nothing against it. I try to bring it with me everywhere we go when we're like walking around spaces and places. So I like a Mel. It's good. I don't know why I didn't give it a 5. Something in my gut just tells me a 4. So that's where we're at.
But also I could agree with the 4 in a way, because I mean it is in the sense of it's a great equipment, but it's very basic at the same time.
This, John,
This is brand
new. We have not unveiled this yet on the channel, but this is the Envoy, Go Stop Envoy. Sean?
This we haven't got to use yet, so this one is also like a little iffy. I know how it works at least. Is every time you turn this on, I feel like it's a like a mall announcement is about
Dude,
to
we're in
happen.
Stranger Things season 3.
Is that actually?
That's the mall one.
Yeah. But I feel like it's gonna be a mall like, oh, now the mall is now closing. Like,
Sure.
It's a little jingle.
I can hear that.
This thing is pretty cool.
Celebration.
Well, that's probably just me. But it does 3 different things: vibration, temperature, and EMF.
Matter.
Right now it's vibration because my hand's shaking, so this is all me. But it goes through different stuff. It's got it's got a shit ton of stuff though. That's the issue. It's got like word generation, It's got emotions you can go through, and basically any of the different stuff is it goes through a timer base, and it just kind of circles through. And if it's getting an EMF, vibration, or temperature spike, it will lock in and read it as a number. So ghosts can affect it. It goes through and it cycles through the words, and then every the timer on up top here will change what words are available. We haven't got to use this yet. This will be used next weekend, and so this is where we really find out.
How much did this cost, Sean?
Expensive. Very expensive.
Right. It's easily one of our most expensive pieces of equipment. 3, 2, 1. I don't know yet.
I give it a 1 as the same thing because I'm not going to do a question mark. That's cheating. But I do give it a 1 because I don't know yet.
Well, to be fair, we could talk about how I have a really hard time with apps. A lot of people use those apps, right? Like Necrometer and what have you. It's kind of the same thing. In a way, it pulls from a database of words, and I mean, how realistic is that? What's behind that? Yeah. We don't understand the science of it, so therefore I'm skeptical.
And I will say, I like the science behind this one better than what like an Ovilus would have.
Sure.
I don't know how the hell an Ovilus technically will work, but this at least will show you on why the word would be selected.
Sure.
Like if it was vibrate, EMS, spike, or whatever. I haven't dug deep, but I wonder if you can turn off the vibrate, because I also feel like if you're walking around, it could give you a false positive.
You can see right here, it has a tripod hole, so you can set it up on something, which I actually think is really cool.
That is a cool addition.
Yeah.
Other little thing is it's rechargeable.
USB-C.
Yeah.
USB-C. What in the fucking Ghostbusters is this fucking thing? Sean, talk about it.
That's called a honeycomb.
Honeytome.
Oh, sorry, honeytome. I don't know why. Comb sounds better.
Honeytome.
Yeah, that's a honeytome. It's well, actually, what it really is a mini portal.
It's a cool looking device.
Yeah. So what this will do? I haven't used it very often, but this you can connect to a spirit box, which we will review later. But everybody almost probably should know exactly what a spirit box is. And what it's supposed to do is be able to cut out the white noise and only give you direct
responses.
Direct responses. Yeah.
I mean, how much was this, Sean? Do you remember?
Oh,
You've had it for a long time.
Yeah,
right?
I've had it for a very long time. This was like my 6th piece of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's not that expensive. It's actually made by one of my favorite Etsy shops.
Oh, nice. Shout out whoever that is.
Shout out it's on the back here.
There you go. Look at that.
They make some good stuff. This I've had hooked it up, and when I used it, it works pretty good. I'll rate it a 5. It's functional. We hardly use it though.
There you go.
But it functions.
5. No whiteboard.
It works.
Ghost stop dead, Bella. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Damn, Sean jumping out the gate with the high 5, dude.
Dude, this is a 5.
Well, I mean, I'll talk about it briefly. It's one of those things that I don't have a ton of experience with. So
He's uneducated. That's the issue.
True. I'll let Sean do most of the talking. I know that it can be manipulated if you turn this dial too much. It can get super sensitive and just constantly ding, which is kind of a problem if you don't know what you're doing. So I can absolutely see people, that don't really know a lot of the equipment, buying this, cranking the knob as far as it goes, and just be like, holy fuck, it's going crazy. Annabelle's here. Oh my God. I'm just freaking out about it. Mm-hmm. But that being said, Sean, please, you talk.
Which I agree with that 100%. If I watch somebody who has a video with it, I can't trust it. Even if you're watching our video from here and the dead bell's going off and you don't trust it, I'm okay with that because honestly, more power to you. But like when you have it in person, it's an amazing piece of equipment. You just have to be very good at tuning it. EMF, it will set off the bell. But just like he said, if you turn it too high, that's what just starts doing. It doesn't require much of anything.
Yep.
Because every little thing sets it off.
Everything gives off.
Okay, let's say we're kind of communicating through the bell. Well, now let's go into Estes.
Right.
And I need to have somebody admit to that they were ringing the bell.
Absolutely.
And we've had that. And that's where it's amazing. But
also, to be fair, the idea and the execution of a device like this is awesome. It's unique by design, and I really love that this is something that was made. It's awesome.
And this one is actually rechargeable. But it is, yes. Yeah, all of Ghost Stop is USB-C.
How much was this?
This is about $200.
So it's all, I would say on the high side.
It's on the high side, And so the price is the only thing that kind of gets me, but I really do think it's an amazing piece of equipment. It's really fun when it goes off. I think it's a little spooky in a way.
Yeah, definitely eerie. I think eerie is a
eerie.
perfect
Yeah,
word to say.
that's the word that I'd use.
It's a dinging bell in the middle of a fucking sanatorium.
Yeah, like that.
Scary as shit.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Static dome, vortex dome, static dome. 3, 2, 1, bam. What do you get? Holy shit!
Yeah.
He broke the.
I broke the rules for this one. This piece of equipment is worth breaking the rules.
Manufacturing wise, it's a 3D printed device. It takes a 9-volt battery. It's extremely, shout out Vortex Ghost Gear right in there. It's extremely easy to use and operate. You just press the button and then, you know, we can set it off if we have a static charge to us. If we're on like carpet, kind of shuffling through or anything, it will go off. The way that this works, at least according to their website and then according to our experience, is that when anything gets close enough to this that has a static charge to it, these lights will just indicate and kind of point in that direction.
It will follow it. So, like, let's say if the ghost, the spirit is over here,
right,
the light will follow as it goes through.
Right. Not saying it's definitively paranormal, but if any anomaly affects static electricity, gets within the range of this, it points in that direction. And like Sean said, it'll follow, which is really neat to see. This is me affecting it, right? We can affect it, which is very important. So the cool thing, we have 4 of these. This one is the only glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, the lights, Sean. Cool. It's a great device. We love them. It's just great for just like the music box. It's really good for watching hallways. Put this in the center of a floor or something like that.
Doorways
or in the center of a
too.
table. Doorway is awesome.
I love doing doorways with these. And I will say, yes, it's 3D printed, but it's really thick. I've dropped these, and they survive. It is my favorite piece of equipment of all time.
Basically, and affordability.
Affordability.
Super
these
affordable.
cost $95.
Come on. If you guys are investigating and don't have one of these, get yourself one of these. This is awesome.
Right now, with these being newer equipment, setting these out, I think ghosts really also like it because it's something new. I know Broadhead, they love playing with these.
A fucking cat toy, cat ball, dude. 3, 2, 1, bam. 2,
3.
Yeah. You can buy them in bulk, and they are extremely overpriced sometimes. People love to gouge the shit out of this market. And people will buy them. That's the problem. Stop buying them. You know? You can buy a pack of 20 for like 40 or 50 bucks. That's insane.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
I would say stop buying them. Stop buying them from ghost places. Or start trying to just buy them as a cat toy.
Yeah,
that's
it
a
is
better option.
Absolutely not worth the money to spend on this device. I mean, people like them. I've had general success with them.
When they first started out, when these were actually cheaper, all these things were pretty good.
Yeah,
I would agree. Now the price for a fucking plastic ball is bullshit.
It's bullshit. It's also, I'm fairly certain there's a video out there of somebody debunking these on how they function. And it's something to do with just the general tipping of it. It has a sensor where it'll start beeping to or lighting up to get the cat's attention again. So many paranormal investigators will point to these as being definitive proof, and it is absolutely not.
I like using them. They're fun because if it goes off, it kind of when it goes off, I don't say it's definitive proof. That's my thing. But I kind of like them because if they go off, it kind of gives me more energy into the investigation. Sure. It's like, okay, now what else can we get them to do?
Right.
I feel like sometimes if it's actually going off, it's a good entryway kind of tool of where, perfect, you played with the cat ball, now let's move up to this. Whatever.
They're good to be used in tandem with other devices.
I kind of like cat balls because you can almost go any place and you get free cat balls because everybody forgets their
fucking goddamn right. They're fucking everywhere.
You don't even have to buy them because you can just walk around the place and you probably could find them.
This is a green laser light grid. Thousands and thousands of dots. 3, 2, 1, boom. 1. Hey, here's the thing. No. They're really cool. Setting the vibe, pretty sick, right? And we've used them plenty of times. But the thing is, I have never, ever heard of anybody actually, sitting and watching thousands of green lasers and being like, oh my God, I'm seeing something move in them. No, you're not. That is not, absolutely not a thing. It's not Paranormal Activity 4, all right? This ain't happening like that. This is just kind of a novelty thing. I would prefer that I have the battery one and not the rechargeable USB one, but I do. I have 2 of these. In early investigating, I thought it was a must-have device, but I'm telling you, this is absolutely not worth it. Unless you want to set a spooky vibe. Then in which case, it's fucking awesome.
It's cool for vibes. I agree. Yeah, watching, and I know somebody who works in an eye clinic and stuff, and I've ended up, they went on investigations, and I've talked with them and stuff, and it is that looking at all these dots or whatever is gonna cause your eyes to believe movement to happen too.
Yeah.
So you might actually be seeing movement, almost guaranteed that it's your brain, because it's so hard to keep track of glowing dots.
I'm not a fan of this device. Get it for the vibes. It's cool then, but not worth it.
But don't get it as an investigation tool.
This guy right here. This is a very specific device that we have to talk about.
Okay, I was like,
2,
I was wondering.
1, boom. 4.
3.
Yeah. So I don't disagree with Sean's 3. I think that's fine. And what I do like about it is the same functionality as the music box. It's the same kind of infrared,
It's like
sensor.
the same idea, same concept. I don't know if it's...
Yeah, but it's just connected to a rope that instead is the thing that goes off. It takes an... Oh, it's not dead.
Oh, it is a ghost, guys.
What I like about it is it's super loud, which is absolutely extremely nice. You can set it up anywhere, and you will hear this fucking thing beep. Absolutely. It's super loud.
And it's bright.
It is super bright. This whole light strip lights up. I like it. You can set it up basically anywhere. We like to do it in doorways a lot. Kind of watching a very particular, like a hotspot area is great. You'll hear it beep all the time.
ISS we put it in because there's railing that runs along the nursing hallways. We set it up there. That was amazing.
Yeah, it's a good device. I mean, I have nothing really against it. It's great for perimeter, and I think it was like $40 on Etsy. So it's not. I mean, it's not a must-have at all, but it's a nice little I don't want to worry about going down that way or that hallway. Put this there, and you'll hear it. If stuff's going on, you can turn your attention that way.
It's funny because Gavin sometimes likes to set it up and not tell anybody, and walk through, and it scares the fucking shit out of you because it's loud and everything turns red. Yeah, and I would agree. I think it's great. It's just the other thing about it's almost like the other one. The sensor's not an exact direct line, which I think would make it a lot better.
Right.
It can be a little iffy. Of course, I mean, I feel like if you're standing close to it anyways, you should always assume that you could have been the one that set it off too. So
yeah,
but yeah,
it's a good device. Tripwire rope. This is the 36-foot one. I'm not going to take it all the way out. I'll show it off a little bit. It's literally a ton of EMF lights and EMF meters connected to a 9-volt battery. So the really nice thing about this device is we literally always use it every investigation. We will absolutely use this. It comes in a nice bag, which hell yeah. Thank you for that. 3, 2, 1, bam. 5. I love this device, honestly. I think, manufacturing wise, it's made super well. All the EMF lights are 3D printed cases around them, the EMF meters, which is super nice. Keeps them, it's a hard 3D print. And then the wiring is nice. It's easy to pack up, easy to use, easy to just, it's really great for going down hallways, really great for going around doorways. It gives you so much flexibility with an investigation. I fucking love this thing. Functionality-wise, it's just EMF. That's the nice thing. That's all it is. And when we get to the K2 next, everything gives off EMF. So when people, have a K2 spiking, so what? Everything does. I give off EMF. You give off EMF. Everything does. Thing with the K2, on the other hand, is if it is far away from everybody and going off a little bit, why? Doesn't mean it's a ghost, but why? The nice thing about this is when you have it set up down a concrete hallway in a building that has absolutely no power whatsoever in Indiana State, a great example, there's no power there. So when suddenly this starts going off and it'll track down a hallway, why? There's nothing giving off EMF except for us.
This one is an older one. I re-looked into this. They've changed the designs.
I gotta do more.
And then, yeah, that's on my list. The other thing is with this one is it doesn't make a noise either.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. But when they remake it, the ones now that you can get makes noise. But it's got on and off for noise, so it doesn't
nice.
have to. So, I would definitely, I think right now, this one that we have is a 4 because it can be a little bit sensitive where you have to kind of play with it to make sure that the lights aren't kind of thing. I think it's like a wires kind of gets a little
Absolutely, it's a wire
twisted.
problem.
Which I think it's been fixed with the redesign then.
Right.
But yeah.
I
think this one is great though. It's really cool watching it slowly.
Absolutely. There's times where it slowly goes down the lights.
Or there's times it like shoots. It just...
That's spooky, dude. When you're by yourself in a hallway and this suddenly slowly starts going towards you. Not a fan of that. Also, the price wise, when I bought this in 2023, it was $277. And that was after tax. So it is definitely on the expensive side, and for a long time was my most expensive piece of equipment that I personally owned. I still love this thing. Great device, great equipment. We use it every single investigation easily. Why don't we just jump right into what I think every paranormal investigator has, a K2 meter. These are extremely manufactured at this point. I mean, you can get them all shapes and sizes, colors, everything, all over the internet in so many different ways.
False Positive made ones.
You know, it's in Phasmophobia. They're so popular and for paranormal investigators. And generally speaking, I don't have much against it. I already talked about it with the EMF rope, kind of how this functions. 3, 2, 1, boom. What do we give it? 2 and a 3. I think that's fine. I mean, functionality, manufacturing wise, it's a shell of plastic, right? With seemingly an EMF meter on the inside of it. It works fine when it needs to. And like I said with the tripwire rope, if you're holding this in your hand and going up to something and it's spiking, going to 5 or whatever, going to 20 plus milligauss, then like, okay.
You might, and the issue is like what you're looking at. If you're like walking around with this, you're looking for those random spikes too. The ones that if it spikes, you're gonna backtrack and you want to make sure that it doesn't spike again. That's what you're looking for. And I think a lot of people are trying to find one that like it stays red or whatever. No, that normally means you found like some sort of power spot or whatever. The other thing, so what really makes me hate this is because how common it is. Everybody uses it. And I was watching people who were live streaming there. And live streaming, you can't be in airplane mode. And they're walking around and their thing was spiking or whatever. And it was right next to their phone. Your phone will set this off if you don't do airplane mode.
We can set it off. Generally speaking, I think a really good application for something like this is just like we did at the Broadhead, my hour and 17-minute long video, if you have the attention span for it. I lay on a...
One and only time I like the K2 meter.
Yeah. I lay on an embalming table and held the K2 in each arm as my arms are outstretched. All right, let's talk about the SB11, dude. That's 3, 2, 1, boom, 0. I am shocked by your answer.
Okay.
It does have a tripod port, which is nice. It can sit on its own, which is nice. I think this was designed with the idea of getting ghost equipment like the SB7s, SB7 Pros was now super popular. So let's make and manufacture a device that we can sell at mass that has 2 channels now for some reason. When I bought this, I had it with the idea, and by the way, I've only ever used it once. I've had the idea that like, oh, there's 2 channels. I'm going to get an ANS Mini, which will block out that white noise, and plug a speaker into it. That way it can do like the Honeytone or my Ghost Box when we get to it. But it just doesn't function that way. It just doesn't. So I'm not the biggest fan of this device. We never use it. It's been in my bag for years. We haven't touched it.
We have 2 because I have one too.
So
but I don't even bring mine.
Aren't these expensive as shit too?
They're more expensive. So
not worth it. You're
yeah.
good.
So I give it my 4 in a way because technically it works. It works. I would never run 2 channels at the same time. You can't hear shit. I tried it. It doesn't do anything. I bought it thinking I thought that it could been something where maybe it's better, or in somewhere, whatever. I did at one point have the thought of, oh, now you can run like 2-person Estes using the
Right.
2 channels or whatever. I just don't think it personally works as well as if you ran 2 different spirit boxes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like running 2 different spirit boxes, you can get 2 different communications. I feel like this thing, still with 2 channels, you're only going to get one exact answer.
Right.
Anyway. I give it a 4 because it works or whatever. I would do not buy this. There's no point in buying this.
Buy an SP7 Pro.
Buy an SP7 Pro. Yeah, the Pros are awesome, or even an SP7 is better than this. I don't know. I mean, just seems like kind of a gag of, I don't know why they made it.
I think a gag is a perfect way to say it. It's yeah.
Or, I mean, I really do kind of think that exactly of like, oh my god, the SP7's getting popular now. How can we kind of get more money? And I think they got everybody with it. I think a lot of people are like, oh my god, yeah.
I'm going to let Sean talk about it because I really don't know that much about it other than it's a laser grid, but it's a laser grid that can do stuff.
This one is a laser grid. This one does squares instead of circles. I don't know if you guys, if the camera can pick that up. But yeah. Laser grid will show in LED like stuff. This way you don't have to be staring at dots, and it will trigger exactly what's tripping right now, or like directions and temperature and stuff. It's got a lot of function to it. It's cooler.
It's a good device. 3D printed ghost stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How much was this, Sean? Do you remember? It's expensive, right?
It's expensive.
I mean,
Anything from Ghost Stop is expensive.
Yeah, you're seeing.
That's just how. Yeah, it's just how it is. Their products, they have some cool products, but it's pricey.
Boom, 4.
I give it a 2.
Wow, that's hard. I didn't think you'd do that.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Man.
So I give it a 2. Number 1, it's a 3D printed shell.
Right.
And it's really thin 3D printed shell. So thin that this piece now is forever kind of connected to it because the base of it is cracked out. That's not, when I'm paying expensive money, that's not what I want. The other thing is the screen. I'm not a fan of the little thing. I wish that they could almost do, I don't know, like something digital? Different, like more digital or a lot more dots so it can be more accurate instead of random things. The other thing is that this thing can be so sensitive of where it just picks up dust. Like you can, because like I've shot like we found this out at Pennhurst doing an investigation because it looked like there's a bunch of like ghosts raining down or whatever. Right. Turn on our flashlight and it's just a bunch of dust, and it can track the dust too.
Right.
Part of that could be a skill issue on my of operating it. I won't lie, it could be. But my main thing is, for the price that you pay for this shell on here is terrible. Like you can see how thin it is.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. I'm also comparing it, giving my score of 4. I'm comparing it directly to the green laser lights, which fucking nothing.
Yeah,
this does something.
This does something, and I would agree. This does something. I got it because it does something.
Yeah,
it doesn't require your eyes. I would say it could work. And this could be, I didn't spend a lot of time figuring out this piece in a way too, I will admit. So I could have a lot more user error to it than whatnot. But because I just figured this is way better than getting a green laser grid. I wanted a laser grid, and now we have so much other cool equipment, I kind of don't care about a laser grid. And that's what this becomes. This is not my go-to, I want to set this up somewhere kind of thing. So that's also
I like to set it up. At least similar to like the smaller, tripwire rope of like, this will beep and go off and let us know if we're not watching a certain direction.
And then the other issues is it doesn't do too far long distance.
No, it's super close.
That's my big issue. If I could shoot it all the way down a hallway and it could still work really pretty good, I would love this. This would be a 5.
Generally, we're using this as an example, but this is just any and all digital voice recorders. These are just what Sean and I use. 3, 2, 1, bam. 3, 5. All right. Here's my 3, right? Manufacturing wise, I'm not talking about this specific recorder. I'm talking about any recorder. It doesn't matter. You get cheap ones, you get old ones, you get new ones. You get all different kinds of recorders. The Olympus one, you see a lot everywhere. A lot of people use this one. Sean and I both have one, along with I have
2.
We have 3 in total. You know, you get into an argument about recorders pretty quickly. Neither one of us have ever caught an EVP, ever. We definitely try. I do a lot of digital voice recording sessions in places that we go. And then you get into the argument of like a Panasonic DR60, right? And then is that the perfect recording device? We don't know. I've seen them in person when I went to Haunted Nights, Indiana State Sanatorium, Public Investigation a few years ago. They both have one. Steve and Dylan have one. And to hear it in person is different than to see it on videos and online. It is really strange, especially to be in the room when questions are being asked and then to hear it back and you hear these voices. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So that, like, do I want one of those? Absolutely. Am I going to drop $3,000? No, absolutely not. I even had a Panasonic QR 240 or something like that, and it broke. But that is a very, very similar device to the DR60, and even still, I mean, I haven't caught any digital voice recorder EVPs. Yeah, it broke. It's the whole thing. They vary in price and range and durability and build and functionality and everything, and you have all these different, you know, people that say absolutely and die by this, people that say absolutely not. It's just, you know, false positives and there's not a lot of backing to it, which I totally agree with. It's very all over the place. I still do it every single investigation because I fiend for the day that I get a EVP. Sean?
Yeah, so I give it 5. We've never gotten an EVP. I would agree with arguments between it. Like, it makes it a lot more confusing or whatever, where some people are like, yeah, like, this is to die of war. Again, some TV shows too, like that's what they use basically.
Yeah.
I feel like if we were to get an EVP, that would be some really sick evidence to me. And so that's why I do give it a 5, because the possibility of if it happens, it's great. If we were to actually get something, that would be sick as hell.
Yeah, I agree. Someday, maybe.
Someday, yeah.
You know.
And I don't know, maybe it is the recorder, maybe this is not the best recorder, but again, it's up in the air. And
I mean, this is the one that's advertised, and you look for digital voice recorder for ghost hunting. This is one that always pops up. This is like $90.
Personally, I don't think I've ever seen anybody like actually get evidence on this. I don't think I've seen so.
This is a $90 recorder, so just keep that in mind. Price point's insane. A good friend of mine gave me 2 recorders he got for free that were from like the early 2000s. And those are awesome. Like,
I'm just going to start using it to conduct interviews if we ever open up a spot in our investigating team.
There you go. So, hit or miss. Never gotten one. REM pod.
Love it.
Anybody that knows about ghost hunting knows what a REM pod is. The thing is...
But do they know how to use it? That's the other question. I feel like not a lot of people do.
And I'll also put this one out there for sake of just talking about these 2 devices simultaneously. So the Paraforce REM pod that I busted when the lights on, don't worry about it.
When the temperature gauge goes off does not mean that you're getting the REM pod actually going off. It's a temperature change and it's a whole nother piece of the device. And so many people say, oh my God, something's touching it. And it's like, no, the room is having a temperature change. So
especially
if
when you're in a small room and then
everybody comes through. And that's exactly what happened at this public investigation.
3, 2, 1, boom. I give it a 4. Sean give it a 5. Here's the thing with the REM pods. So many videos exist out there kind of debunking a REM pod and showing how easily manipulated they are, which is why I knocked it a point. I mean, I was just talking to a good friend of mine about REM pods and the functionality of them recently, and how this is a 9-volt REM pod. We have 2 of these. The problem is so many ones right now that you can get on Amazon are starting to really drop in quality.
And I just tried that too. I tried buying one on Amazon. I returned it. It fucking sucked.
They are starting to be rechargeable instead of battery. They are dropping in quality very quickly. They're rising in price pretty hard. They get pretty expensive right now. When I bought this was $160, I'm pretty sure.
Now it's about $170.
Yeah, or
so
more.
It went up like 10
or more.
It could be more, but I mean, I'm using my Ghost Stop that I'm on quite a bit. It's $170, and that's the rechargeable version.
Right.
I think it would be a higher quality rechargeable version. We don't have a rechargeable one. I don't like the idea of rechargeable, but they're no longer making these ones. Really.
Right.
It's hard to find these ones. I love these ones. These are the classic REM pods. Bring them back.
I love them too. We
Please.
have plenty of footage going across many investigations where this is going off bananas. And
I love it too because it's equipment that doesn't go off often.
Right.
And then when it has, sometimes it's false. And it sucks when it's false, though.
Right.
But it's just like, but when it truly does go off, I could piss my pants of how cool it is. Like, it's exciting.
It
Our
measures-
last broadhead video, hour 17 minutes, worth every single minute, had it like going off like
Going
perfect
bananas.
of how that is like the greatest, one of the greatest evidence I feel like sometimes to get, because we normally don't get good REM pod interactions. It's very hard to
But when we do,
they're good.
awesome. And it was pointed out to me that, like, hey, if your REM pod is going off like crazy, like in that video, turn it off and turn it back on because you need to reset it just to make sure that, you know. And I didn't do that, and that's on me. But my favorite example of this REM pod is a place that prefers to be undisclosed and doesn't want to say the name. It's a schoolhouse. I have this happening on 2 different videos where I set a REM pod on the desk, the teacher's desk in the front of the schoolhouse, and I'm able to do twice back and forth, step to it, step away from it, step to it, step away from it, and it's incredible footage. It is an incredible part of the video, and it's one of my favorite things of like, oh shit, like, this is insane.
That's the closest to an intelligent response you
Yeah.
can get, I feel like.
The call and response and stuff like that is what I really enjoy about the REM pod. When it, you know, goes off because someone hit a walkie and it freaks everyone out, you got to get past that.
Okay, this is cool. The light will do a blinking. That is normally when it's a false radio wave. It does it. It's cool. That's how you can tell normally.
I love that. That's great information.
That's what I found. Is that these devices are cool enough where they actually they will tell you.
Poop cock over.
So, yeah, REM for when it works, and it's the proper REM pod, the original REM pod. It is a great device.
Granted, we haven't seen a rechargeable one yet.
Yeah.
The newer rechargeable ones.
Now, speaking about this Paraforce one, we still set it up as a REM pod. It functions the exact same. Exactly. Right. Get close. And the whole point is supposed to look like, you know, a keepsake box to get stuff to touch it. But the amount of times we've had this never go off is every time. So I'm not saying it doesn't work, but I wanted to compare the two close together because this is more expensive than this. First one of the 4 is the Ghost Box.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, boom, 5.
5 with a 1.
Got it.
I'll let you know what the 1 is.
I think I know what he means. But to jump into it, I mean, this is a custom device that I was pointed to. The guy doesn't make them anymore, so
Should have brought more.
I should have. It is a spirit box, which we'll talk about next, but modified in a way that cuts out all white noise and only plays the words and responses and things that come through. It's an incredible device because what we run into a lot of issues we get is communication, which is why in so many videos we do a lot of Estes, because I love Estes for when it is getting good response. Yeah, we love Estes because then if we're not getting EVPs, we're not talking. If we're not doing Estes, we're not talking. This is that perfect solution to cut through all that and to get actual, which we've got crazy responses on this, and it's easy to tell, easy to hear, easy to understand.
Dude,
for
like
the
bean
most part.
snappers. That's that guy.
Yeah, man. Like, this is a great device. When we have it properly functioning, there are knobs and dials that you have to mess with to get it to work the way that it needs to. And that's why Sean said 1, I'm sure.
So, yeah, I'll step in. 5. This is an amazing device. I really wish it's still being made. I would love to have more of these.
Yeah, I agree.
I give it, the 1 is because for user error for Gavin, this is his device and he doesn't know how to operate. The amount of times I've had to fix it for him is crazy. He doesn't know how it works.
I know how it works.
You know, he knows how it works. He doesn't know how to get it to work. Is that the correct term now? Yeah. Because sometimes I don't know if it's in storage. I think it moves the knobs or whatever, and so when it starts
Yeah.
up, it's not on there.
That's why I turned the off.
It requires some tuning. Tuning it is actually pretty easy. Not for Gavin though.
It does require 4 rechargeable batteries. That is what the guy recommends to use, and anybody else that has these, that's what they recommend you use. This was $220, so it's definitely on the higher end. And again, it isn't being made anymore. This is a extremely unique device that not a lot of people have. So it's a great. I mean, just to talk. To investigate, you have to communicate. You have to. There's no way around it. So this is an incredible
seriously device. It's the mini portal, but so compact and so nice. It's
It's a good device. We love it. So you've seen it in all the videos. It's super obnoxious sometimes. SB7 Pro, or just in general the SB7 spirit boxes, and why these are extremely important to the paranormal. 3, 2, 1. We both gave it 5s.
Mm-hmm.
Because for many reasons. I mean, if you look at old Ghost Adventures, and really all Ghost Adventures, they always use a spirit box. And how could you not? It's probably the most iconic piece of ghost hunting equipment ever made.
And it's almost one of the cheapest almost.
Yeah, they're very affordable.
They're very affordable. It's obvious. It's a great starter. Just getting a spirit box. You sometimes look stupid if that's how you're running, but it's a good way to start out.
I mean, if you're just running a spirit box, then you can communicate. And that's all you need is to be able to communicate.
The thing is, though, is definitely watch radios and stuff, because you get radio coming through here. It's not perfect. There you can get false information, so it's important to really learn how to use it. It is a great piece of equipment. The SP7 Pro really outdid themselves. This has REM feature to it too, where if it senses basically how the REM pod works. If it senses the REM pod sensor, you can set it up so it will play for a minute after it feels a sense. So you could try to you can capture if somebody's if a spirit's walking by and trips it, you could try to catch a conversation, a quick thing. Or
we've got an SLS camera and also an XLS camera. Very different. They're huge. Bam. 5. 200. So I'll bring these back in and I'll just do a quick piece on them. Yeah, these are expensive. These are absolutely expensive devices. They're custom made. They're extremely popularized by media and ghost media. The SLS is not a bad device by any means, but the XLS is just a little bit better. It does everything this does, but just generally better. All it does is it maps figures. It's an infrared grid that's used through the Xbox Kinect, so it's really good at picking up human figures. That's what it's made for. So when you're looking down something and a figure just pops up down a hallway, why? There shouldn't be a figure there. It can also map figures on things that aren't a figure, like a shelf or a desk or something like that, and then you just turn away and turn back, and that's all you need. But we've got so much footage of these capturing whole figures. So Sean, take it away.
So SLS is a simpler version. It's a good starting into it. Great piece of equipment. It's actually really cool to have both. I'm so glad that I have both. SLS is simple. It shoots a shit ton of dots. And then it basically has a computer program of where it takes anything that can map a human figure and then tries to map the skeletal system of that figure. SLS does is 2D. I love where I got this from. These people are amazing. These guys they use window tablets that you can charge and operate, because this does drain a lot of battery using it. It's a big camera and stuff. They use nice window tablets and stuff, so that's a big plus for me. SLS does a 2D kind of stuff, and it finds figures. The XLS, very fancy. Normally it's harder to track figures on this, because what it will do is it doesn't just shoot out dots and try to make things. It shoots out the dots.
It's LiDAR.
And it it shoots back and it calculates that. And it will actually create a 3D mapping of the room, basically. So you can map not just a bone structure of a figure, but theoretically then you can map an entire figure just standing in the room almost. It also does sound or whatever, and it uses sound to help kind of determine distances and stuff. Really cool. It's really cool on the tablet being able to look. It like perfectly makes a 3D version of the room with using a bunch of different dots. The SLS has a little bit of like false positives to it. This really does not have
It eliminates all
flawless.
those issues.
It's basically flawless. If you get something on there, it would be hard to be like, oh, well, this is what it is. Cause unless if it's like there's a mannequin, which then you should be able to be like, like, unless if there's an actual like, person standing in front of you,
Right. This is a great device. Easy 5 for me. I'll set this aside and kind of wrap it up here, guys. I appreciate anybody watching and hanging around.
Yeah.
Just to talk about all the stuff that we use and actually give it some back, because we just investigate and have fun. It's kind of the whole point. So
this is it's an expensive hobby. It's a great hobby to get into though.
It's fun.
It's the coolest thing, going different places.
Scary as fuck sometimes, but July 12th.
Something like that.
I'll put it up on the screen if I'm wrong. July 12th, we're doing a public investigation at Broadhead Manor in Broadhead, Wisconsin. We're hosting it. It's our first ever hosting, so we're very, very excited about it. We love Broadhead. It's one of our favorite places to go. It's close to us. It's extremely good investigation, this place. So if you want to come meet us and come see us and learn about investigating, feel free. If you're nearby Broadhead, Wisconsin, or like it's feasible for you, come on by. Ticket prices, I don't know, I'll put it on the screen right here. Bam!
Ooh, bam! Ooh, bam!
But it'll be for a few hours, and it's such a great place. So come on by.
Yeah, because I love sharing what my hobbies are and stuff, and it's fun. I love sharing it with YouTube. It's hard to tell how people like it or whatnot, so it'd be fun to see what you guys think of it and stuff, and meet some people.
Yeah, and hit you with this for the end of this, the outro here. Out of all the equipment we talked about, if you disagree with anything we said or agree, say it in the comments so that we can interact with you.
Yeah.
Right? Let us chat and talk about it. Also, it's good for the algorithm. Helps us out. Puts us out there a little bit more. So plastic, like, comment, subscribe. But seriously, if you hate the REM pod, explain why. If you love the K2, explain why. And so on and so forth. We'll talk about it in the comments with you. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next investigation.